I have the preview up here. What this actually allows us to do is you'll see on mobile, you get this kind of infinite smooth scroll setup. And so this allows you to create a carousel that's as long as you want. And on mobile, you just kind of swipe through it off the edge of the screen like so. So I'm going to go over how to build this out. This actually requires two experiences because we actually end up needing to embed the carousel. So again, just like before, I have a article that has some steps and the code and things that you need. So I'm going to share that in chat, but just go through it quick. For this example, you do need to make like just copy and paste a few numbers into this block of code that's in the article. So I'm just going to put it on the side of my screen here just to make it easy as we go through this. The first experience you need to build out is the carousel itself. So this should actually be your content. So you can see it's just one board in this case, as opposed to normally when you're building out a carousel, you want, like 3 products on each board that you're swiping between. But in this case, you just want one board that's horizontal to create this effect. And all I'll need is actually just the width and the height. So you're just going to want to look at your board level and find those dimensions. And I'm just going to go over to that code on the right-hand side and just paste them in. So 2501 with a semicolon at the end, and then 404 with a semicolon. So that was right where it said, in case it was too small, that was right where it said replace width and replace height here. Great. And then once you've done that, this is kind of finalized. I like how this looks for my mobile device. I just would need to actually go and publish that experience. We've already got it published. So you're just taking the code that I'd copy here for this experience. And that's the last thing you would need to paste is where it says insert script here. I'm just going to paste in the code for that carousel. And then now that my code block on the left-hand side here is finalized, it's actually just embedding it into the parent experience. So the one that Alex just showed off, I have just a little example so I don't mess up her work. You can see on desktop, it's all finalized and it looks good already, but we're trying to add that cool effect for mobile. And so what you need to do is just add an HTML widget. So that's down here, this purple widget onto your canvas. And just paste in, I don't know if I copied it, I'm just going to copy that and paste it here into this HTML section. I am going to make the height, exactly the same in this case, but the width is really up to you. You don't need to, you wouldn't match the value of the width here. This just depends on how you want this to display. Let's just make it maybe a bit wider or something like that on my end. And that should be it. I'll just preview this to kind of showcase, but it's a really cool effect to have this kind of infinite scroll. This is desktop at the moment, so I just need to shrink my screen down, but you'll see that works just like we kind of hope. There is, we've also had requests before that, on mobile, they like this scroll bar, but we've had clients use this on desktop as well. And instead of swiping, they wanted to add arrows to navigate. So I have just another example here with these beautiful arrows that I designed myself that Alex was maybe making fun of me for before. But you'll see it's the same smooth scroll effect as I click on these arrows, and it's just navigating by a set pixel amount. So this, in this case, I think I'm moving like 75 pixels every time I click on the arrow. So you could have this and also the scroll bar. You could just have the arrows. It's customizable kind of for what you're looking for in your site. And then the design of the arrows, the layout, you could have had the arrows up above, kind of like Alex showed on Carousel 6. It's really up to you. I don't think the arrows are mentioned in the article that I sent. That's kind of like an extra thing we would add, and we would just send over some instructions on how to use those. But you can set up the original smooth scroll just on your own. And if you wanted to have the arrows as well, you could just follow up with us and we could add in that as like an additional custom action. So again, just emailing support and we could get that set up for you. Yeah, I think that's it.
Cool. Yeah, the smooth scroll is really popular. It's something that a lot of people have been asked for. I've seen people use it for other things other than just like a product carousel as well. So I think it was someone that had a cruise ship and they wanted to they had a massive picture for it, but they didn't want to shrink it down to put on the page. So they have it overlapping and that you could scroll across and see all the details of it. So yeah, there's lots of different applications for it.